Today we have updates on Terrifier 3, Stream, a possible fourth entry in the X franchise, and the new VHS movie. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, before we press play on today's horror movie updates, I'd like to first thank the wonderful patrons that support this page. Without you all, I wouldn't be able to continue making these silly little videos or uploading them as frequently as I do. Please consider supporting me on Patreon by clicking on the link in the description below or by pressing the join button on my page. Thank you all again for your support. Now let's get into the updates. The final movie in the Conjuring universe is currently set to release on September 5th of 2025, in theaters and IMAX. It doesn't have a title yet, but considering the last entry had a goofy subtitle, I'm guessing this one will likely do the same. I want to be excited for this new movie, but I feel as if I haven't seen anything really worth my time from this franchise since Annabelle creation. Annabelle Comes Home is a guilty pleasure, however. A lot of these sequels have been formulaic and repetitive. The latest universe entry, The Nun 2, was entirely redundant and featured a Europe-trotting subplot that was really the only original feeling aspect of the whole thing. Maybe this new one will be more exciting, putting the focus back on the central characters from this franchise. Ed and Lorraine Warren, played wonderfully by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. That didn't exactly work out for the Devil Made Me Do It film, but let's hope that changes here. Regardless of the quality, the Conjuring universe is already worth $2 billion, and that success will seemingly continue with this new entry. Talk of a TV show has some fans excited too, but I just want to see this series in the grave before it overstays its welcome. Maybe it already has. M. Night Shyamalan's new movie Trap arrives in theaters early next month on August 2nd. Today the film got a new poster as well as a PG-13 rating. What? Look, I know the majority of Shyamalan flicks lately have been PG-13, including Old and Split, but this movie was pitched as what if the Silence of the Lambs happened at a pop concert. How are you about to do that pitch without gore and overly disturbing moments with your killer? There are certain movie elements that just have to be present here that I feel won't be possible with such a watered down rating. I didn't mind the movie Split for being PG-13 because I feel that movie was powered by its awkward moments and creepy visuals, typical PG-13 horror movie stuff, but done pretty well in my opinion. That film had a completely different personality, no pun intended. My expectations have already been lowered for Trap, knowing we won't be able to hit certain disturbing vibes that I feel like we need in order to make this ridiculous idea work. I wouldn't want to see a PG-13 version of Silence of the Lambs, especially if the only things that's changed is the setting being a Katy Perry concert and a lack of Dr. Lecter. Here's hoping I'm wrong, but I believe Shyamalan's missing streak will continue next month. The X trilogy just concluded at the beginning of this month with the long-anticipated Maxine. Or has it? Franchise star and executive producer Scott Mescudi, better known as Kid Cudi, posted on Twitter recently that he plans on collaborating with director Ty West again in the near future. Kid Cudi writes, "Wait till you see what me and Ty West do next." Nothing about this upcoming project is confirmed at this time, but there is reason to believe that it could be a new installment in this successful slasher series. Not only has Ty West teased before that he has a weird idea for a fourth film in the franchise, but Maxine also had the most successful opening weekend of the entire trilogy, beating out both X and Pearl. Could this mean A24 is looking to make more movies in this series, or are they working on something fresh? After Maxine, I'm personally not against seeing a movie focused on John LaBette's past, the sleazy PI from the latest film that teased his cryptic upbringing into crime. Without spoiling too much for the folks who haven't seen it yet, the greaseball mentioned that he's accepted his life as a criminal and criticizes Maxine for not owning up to who she really is. I felt as if there was a lot to be desired there, and I wouldn't mind some sort of crime thriller revolving around this fan favorite character. Again, trying not to spoil things the best I can, but with the main storyline being pretty much wrapped up by this last film, I wouldn't mind something like that as long as it could avoid redundancy. It has to be a story worth telling, and if they can figure that out, well, I'm here for it. As much as I love the X trilogy, I think I'd rather see Ty and Scott make something new together. I love Kid Cudi's role as Jackson Hole in X, and I'd love to see him act again in a new Ty West feature. Maxine also felt like such a departure from West's usual style, which has me wondering what he ends up making next. I'm hoping for a brand new story, but I guess we'll see in time. As a lot of you know, I absolutely adore the punk rock celebration of horror directors that is the VHS franchise. It was announced after the success of last year's VHS 85 that a 7th installment was coming, and today we not only got the official title, but the release date and lineup as well. The new installment is titled VHS Beyond and releases on Shudder October 4th of this year. Beyond will feature 6 new blood-curdling tapes, placing horror at the forefront of a sci-fi inspired hellscape. It was also announced that one of the segments will be taking the franchise to space. VHS might be jumping the proverbial shark there, but I'm so here for it. Let's see if we can guess which one is going to space based on the titles and directors. First off, we have Stork, from director Jordan Downey, written by him and Kevin Stewart. Downey is hilariously best known for his so bad it's good holiday slasher Thanksgiving that must be seen to be believed. It's that bad, but that's why it's so good. Downey has made some better stuff in his career, however, including Critters Bounty Hunter, a fan film that is actually better than some of the Critters movies themselves, and my favorite film from him to date, The Headhunter. Next up is Fur Babies, which was written and directed by Justin and Christian Long. Justin Long needs no introduction to horror fans. His performances in Jeepers Creepers, Barbarian, and Drag Me to Hell are phenomenal. I wonder what him and his brother have created here. Something about evil cats and dogs, perhaps. Live and Let Dive come from Justin Martinez and Ben Turner. Martinez is a former member of Radio Silence who worked on the first VHS film back in 2012. He worked with Tyler, Matt, and Chad on Devil's Due and Southbound as well. Killer flicks all around. Dream Girl comes from director Virat Pal, written and directed by Pal and Evan Dickinson. Pal has made viral horror shorts in the past and describes himself as an ardent sci-fi fan via his website, making him perfect for this installment said to be focusing on the subgenre. I recommend reading the front page of his website that shows off a lot of character and has me excited to see what this up-and-comer has made for the VHS franchise. Kate Siegel makes her directorial debut here with Stowaway, which was written by her husband, Mike Flanagan. My chips are set on this one to be the segment that takes VHS to space. If you're familiar with Flanagan's work, you know this isn't the first time Kate and Mike have worked together either. She's a main player in the extremely popular Haunting of Hill House series and the star of Hush, a super underrated slasher film with a unique twist. I'm excited to see these two essentially swap roles for this project. I have a feeling this one will be especially good. Last but not least is some sort of special presentation from Jay Cheel of Cursed Films. I wonder what this will be all about. As a huge fan of these goopy movies, I'm really excited to see what happens in this next installment. I would be down for a new VHS every year, honestly. I'm shocked I'm not burned out after 3 of these that literally just came out. Ladies and gentlemen, we might not have gotten a trailer for Terrifier 3 yet, but we did just get to see the first official trailer for stream this week. It's the new film from Terrifier 2 producer Michael Levy. Michael not only played an integral part in getting the Terrifier franchise off the ground, but he also plays Will the Exterminator in the first flick. I'm happy to call the guy a friend. He's been on the channel before to talk about this movie. I highly recommend checking out that interview, and it sounds like it's going to be the next big thing. With this trailer dropping for the film that arrives on August 21st of this year, I don't think it'll be too much longer now before we see the Terrifier 3 trailer. I wonder if we'll see the trailer for Terrifier 3 during the screening of Stream next month. Can y'all wait that long though? That's the real question. Getting into the updates though, we finally have official Funko Pops of Art the Clown. So far, we have standard Art holding a knife and waving. Hello, Arthur. We have Art on a bike, bloody Art, and my personal favorite, Art the Clown with his flowery glasses. The image that took the internet by storm a few years ago is now immortalized not only on film, but via Funko Pop. You can pre-order these bad boys now as they release on September 27th of this year, just 2 months-ish away. The biggest news of this update is the new cast members that have just been announced for Terrifier 3. We have 4, count 'em, 4 baby, new additions to the cast today that will likely end up being 4 piles of bloody meat by the time the credits roll. Let's list them. First, we have Antonella Rose from Fear the Walking Dead, Chrissy Fox from Allegoria, a movie that has been on my watch list ever since I saw that awesome cryptic trailer, John Abrams from Scary Movie and House of Wax, and the legendary Clint Howard, baby. The ice cream man himself will face off against Art the Clown in this flick. I didn't think I could get more excited for the film, but I guess I was very wrong. I haven't even seen it yet, and it's already my favorite horror movie of the year. Wake me up on October 11th so I can inject this movie into my veins. As you can see, this was my favorite update video that I've made in a while. VHS and Terrifier 3 news, let's go! I can't wait to see those flicks, but what update from today's video has you the most excited? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.